morning, everyone. I'm Michelle and welcome back to my channel. Apparently I'm starving to death this morning because I ate breakfast without letting you know what I was having. So I am now having the last of my breakfast, which is the chopstick, and I had dark chocolate granola, but I was so hungry that I just gobbled it down and I forgot to tell you, so I'm really sorry about that. Hopefully going out to the garden this morning. Not exactly sure what I'm all going to accomplish, but I know I need to get some plastic down in some spots that I use landscaping fabric in. The landscaping fabric has holes now, so I need to put plastic down inside. So I think I'm going to replace that and get my peas planted, but we shall see. We shall see if I get anything done. Hopefully I'll remember to show you, because when I get home I need to do some canning or something. I don't know what I'm doing. What do I know? Anyway, so let's get started. Put up that orange stuff because my tomatillos are trying to take over the sprays. And I don't want them to do that, so I stopped them. All right, so I'm not sure if it's easy to tell or not. Ooh, plastic is slippery. But I put plastic down where I had landscaping fabric, but the landscaping fabric was so thin I went to pick it up and it just disintegrated in my hand. So I think if I'm honest, I will probably not use landscaping fabric unless I can get that really heavy stuff, because I don't have time to fuss with it. This is like my second time of putting it down, and I also did this section here because it had landscaping fabric, but it was shot. So, and I got it for free, so it wasn't like I paid for it. So I will not do it again. I will buy the expensive stuff a little by little, and hopefully it just eventually go to that, because there's no point in doing it any other way. But I like doing it where I have a little bit of a row, because those are easy to keep clean. I don't want to put the holes in like people suggest with the landscaping fabric, because like the potatoes and stuff don't work for that. Any root crops don't work that well. I think onions would work, but like carrots and beets and stuff, I don't think it would work very well. This stuff works fine, but I have plastic for this, so I'm just gonna go with the plastic until I think I'll just start with the walkways, because I have two walkways. I have one here, one there through the garden, and I think that's how I'll do it. And then I'd like to go, you can't really tell, I have landscaping fabric all the way around the outside, but it's so bad you can see the weeds I don't have many weeds in my garden, thankfully, but the landscaping fabric wasn't doing its job, I ended up with weeds there. So, but I've pretty much eliminated them now. I think I have a few weeds right here to pull, and there's a couple in here that I have, but everything else is pretty much, it really makes a difference to put it down. Wow, I should have done it years ago. It really helped a lot. So that's my report for today. Okay, see, I'm somewhat of a lazy gardener. This spinach in this garden box went to seed a long time ago. And for the past couple of years, I've just thrown the seeds in the box and I let them grow, and I get spinach for the winter and the spring. So that's what I'm doing. I did it on this side, the other side, and this side. So, all right, so I got this side and this side. But I had to drop my phone in between apparently. So there, I'll give you an update when they come up. All right, so it's lunchtime. I got back from my garden. I made myself a sandwich, and I'm having half a peach. The peaches are ready, and I need to can them, so I'm hoping I can motivate myself to do it. So I'll show you my sandwich. Here's my sandwich. It has pickles and onions and some turkey breast, some mustard, and some peppers from my garden. Okay, so for supper, I totally screwed up. We had our, I don't know what you call it, like a life group meeting with my church, and one of the person that's ahead of it, that's my pastor, invited us and another couple to come go out to eat with them. And they picked an Italian restaurant. I love Italian food, but Italian food does not love me. So I went in thinking I'll have a salad, but every single salad had cheese on it, which wasn't the biggest issue because you can usually ask to have the cheese taken off, but most of them had more than just cheese in, and it was so overwhelming to find one that didn't have like several things in it that I couldn't eat. So I found one that didn't. But the problem is it specifically stated on there, no substitutions. And it's like, I don't want to substitute. I just don't want one of the ingredients. So I don't know if it was one of those specialty ones that they don't actually put together at the restaurant. But because I looked at the menu beforehand. So when we went in, I found out that they had zoodles. So I was like, perfect. I will do zoodles with cacciatore because I read it was olive oil and veggies. And it's like, well, I can have that. All of the veggies are stuff I could have. And then I read on the bottom, it was marinara. And I was like, but I read it after I ordered it. And I realized it. So I was like, never mind, I can't have that. So I ended up with, what is the white sauce? I don't remember what it's called. Alfredo, which Alfredo is full of dairy. So I already knew I was in trouble, but I had no idea what to do. It was just like, I couldn't cancel it because there was literally nothing else on the menu that I could eat. And all of my allergies, the dairy one is probably the one that affects me the least. And there's a reason I'm telling the story. So I had her switch to the Alfredo. But I had asked her if she could tell me what the gluten-free noodles are because typically they're usually rice, which I can have as long as they're not soy. Turns out they were egg noodles. And I was like, egg noodles? Who makes egg noodles for gluten-free? Anyway, I can't have eggs, so it's like, never mind, can't have that. So anyway, I ate it and I was so miserable. It's like, okay, I'm cured. I will no longer opt for dairy as one of the options because tomatoes really hurt my joints. So it's like, I won't do that again. And I did not take a single picture, and I'm really sorry. I was just so mortified that it was that bad because I've had dairy occasionally, but this was terrible. It tasted really delicious because I ordered Alfredo with a whole bunch of veggies in it because I was like, I want a whole bunch of veggies. That would be so good. And the zoodles were amazing. I like zoodles in general, but they cooked these just a little bit, so they were like the texture of noodles. I don't know who made them, but they were amazing. So anyway, the friends that came, they actually paid for the meal, so we didn't have to pay for the meal, which was nice because we're still doing our eat at home challenges. It's like, we have been so close so many times and something always comes out, so we haven't broken it. So anyway, it was a delicious supper, and I'm sorry I can't share it with you, but I had a lovely evening despite the fact that I had to eat something that I shouldn't have. I have to learn my lesson, I guess. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.